Alright! So this is a special episode for many reasons. This is our last episode of the year 2023, which has been a landmark year for us. And we just shot an episode before this, and both of us have changed our clothes. Pritish has even shaved his mustache. He had
People shouldn't be like, who is this new person sitting over here?
He did no shave November and December. I don't know why, but... So anyway, we're here for the final episode of the year. We wanted to sort of do a final episode, not just talking about certain things that we will get into in some time,
Yes.
but also to recap the year that has been. The previous episode was about recapping cricket and sports in general. But this one is a recap of everything that has been a part of our podcast, our being, and how this has come into play.
And I think, like we mentioned at the end of the previous episode, we'll get a little personal as well in terms of certain things. Obviously, like we both know about each other.
Yeah.
But, we both don't know more to that. We just know that this is there.
No, I mean, we know, but maybe others don't know. And I think it's also exciting when you ask each other new questions that it's like a game. It's almost like a rapid fire.
Yes.
So both of us wanted to talk about everything, and I think that's the best way I can describe it.
Yes.
It's going to be personal. It's going to be about life. It's going to be a little cathartic or therapeutic.
Yeah.
It's also going to be about how the year has been for us on the BTG Podcast, episode 12.
Episode
We've done 12 episodes,
Done
bro.
12 episodes.
Which, dur se high
High
five.
five.
He's not too
Yes.
far away from me. He's right here.
And an achievement for us, I would say, what we thought, we dreamt of it. We did not expect that, come 12 episodes down.
Yeah.
And, have to thank God for it. And,
Yeah, man.
and all the people also who've helped us, supported us. And it really means a lot. And hopefully we can pull this a really long way through.
Yeah, man.
And yes, definitely a much more longer way to go ahead
Absolutely.
for the BTG podcast.
So I think on that intro note, now that you know what we're kind of going to talk about, it's going to be fun, and it's going to go everywhere.
Yep.
This one is a little unstructured, if I may say so.
Yes. We're just being natural. We haven't researched or done anything. This is just two people sitting right now in front of a mic just talking about life.
Talking about life and being candid. And
Yes.
I think we've done one episode which is a little like unplanned, like the controversial opinions one. But I think this one, despite it being personal, it's not planned, but it's like, I don't know if people are getting what I'm trying to say, but I think I'm just going to get right into it, because why wait more?
Yeah.
We've introduced what we had to.
Yes.
So last episode of the year, let's get it going, man.
Yes.
How have you been this year? What's life been like? And Jan 2023 to December, what do you feel?
Oh, okay.
I know it's a loaded question.
Because this year personally has been a roller coaster for me in terms, I would say, professionally and personally as well. Whatever has happened in my personal life, whatever has happened is still happening in my professional life. It's definitely been a roller coaster, good and bad both. So I would consider this year as a learning for me, I would say. Like, if someone asks me, has this been the best year for you? Has this year been great for you? I would say yes, and I would say no as well. No, because, I've had certain scenarios, certain instances where things weren't what I wanted. They weren't according to me. And I faced hardships. I felt a lot of, I wouldn't say negativity, but I would say, certain scenarios where you want things to go your way, but they don't. And, but I think towards the good part of it is I never really, put things into perspective for me in terms of certain things, like I mentioned, in my personal and professional life, and never really, I never really sat down and wanted to accept or wanted to, analyze certain things, why it happened.
Yeah.
I was just like, "Arey, ho gaya, kyun ho raha hai?" I never sat down and analyzed.
Yeah.
But coming to the year end, I think I'm sitting down and analyzing everything that's happening, probably looking for a much more positive 2024.
Yeah.
So, enough said, I think.
No, I can see that. I feel like that. Obviously not just being co-founders or co-hosts of a podcast, we're also best friends. So we know what's happening
in each other's lives. Yeah.
So knowing like what's.
I think you feel what I try to say. Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. Like I actually see this analysis part has become more, I feel, over the last few months, and particularly November, December. Has been you've been more.
I felt it started, like September mid onwards, going towards November, December, and I think now I'm just like sitting and analyzing what went wrong. Bro.
Yeah. What went wrong?
Like with whatever that has gone wrong, I'm sitting down and analyzing what went wrong. With whatever that's gone great, with whatever that's gone good. For example, the podcast, a lot of things in my personal life, a lot of things in my professional life. It's not all bad.
Yeah.
But the bad parts, obviously, I never used to sit down and analyze. Now I'm sitting down, analyzing, trying to see.
You're reflecting
on what I could have done better.
Yeah.
And not beating myself too hard. No regrets with whatever I did. I completely, completely honest, completely candid. It's like you do it and then only you come to know ki, oh, this is wrong or this is not the way it should have been. Yeah. Unless you don't do it, you're never going to find out.
Yeah, you only learn from your mistakes.
Yeah, you learn from your... I'm not going to call it a mistake, whatever I...
Yeah, I mean...
I'm making it sound like I would have killed someone or something.
No, I mean, not any particular action being a mistake. Like a mistake as in like...
Something that affected you. It's like
something that affected you. And you did... Look, I heard this somewhere. And in experience also, I believe this. Everything you do, I feel you do at that time with the best you knew at that time.
Yeah.
You always realize something only after it's done.
Yeah, correct.
While you're doing it, you're doing as best possible.
Yeah.
After you've done it, you realize कि अच्छा ये ज़्यादा अच्छा हो सकता था, or this could have been differently, or if something went well, you reflect upon it with more positiveness.
So I think that's what I didn't do. When something went well, I was just, in the moment, oh, it's going great, this, that, this. I never really gave a thought as much. I mean, no one does that also.
Often.
अगर चीजें सही जा रही हैं तो फिर क्यों करूँ मैं? It's like that, yeah. So I never really, sat down to think even in the happy moments or the sad moments. And now that's what I'm doing. I'm not saying I'm doing that for everything.
Yeah.
But, considering this year is ending and, a lot of things to reflect upon, like you mentioned.
Yeah.
I felt this was a year of reflection for me, year of learning for me, I would say. Hopefully 2024 will be much better. Not saying 2023 is bad again. 2023 has been great.
Yeah.
Taught me a lot. Can, carry forward. I don't want to carry the same energy, I would say. Carry forward a better and, and a positive outlook for 2024.
Yeah, man.
So enough said about me. What about you? How has 2023 been for you?
So to be honest, the first thought that has come in my mind is 2022 and 23 feels like 1 year. Like it's not, obviously.
Yeah.
But somehow some events feel like what happened in last year also has happened this year. So it's in my head, it feels little like the same year when it's obviously not. But 2023...
So are you trying to say 2022 and 2023 has just been the same for you?
No, I mean, as years, they haven't. Yeah. There has been a lot of difference.
Yeah.
But it feels like one period of time. You know कि एक साल यहाँ से यहाँ तक था और फिर अगला साल है. Like how now it's very clear that 2024 is the next year.
Yeah.
And there's no overlapping of what happened in this year. I think it was largely to do with COVID. That made it feel like a year that overlapped. Or a year, 2 years that felt like one. Something like 2020, 2021.
Yeah, 2020 and 2021 felt more or less the same, I would say,
yeah. Although for me, in my mind, strangely, that feels clearer than this. So it's weird, but whatever. Coming to this year, so the actual 2023, the year that's what we're talking about. It has been a very fun year. Like I have gone through a lot of ups and downs too, like everybody does. But whatever, we have our own individual experiences. So I've had my own ups and downs. But as a year, it has been very, very, very therapeutic for me. I feel every year gets better. That's my belief. And this year, I feel the hardships that have come, whichever ones they have, they've all pushed me only to be my true self.
Absolutely, yeah.
And that's why... Even when it got hard, in hindsight, where I can look back at this point today, where we are at the end of the year, it feels like that has made me the person I am. Like today, if you ask me, are you happy or do you feel, do you have clarity? Do you feel at peace? It doesn't mean you're content. Matlab, maine sab kar liya. No. But do you feel there's no uneasiness? There's no constant anxiety and nervousness and occasionally
I shouldn't have done this or like that.
Yeah, I think what I'm trying to say is the constant anxiety or nervousness that would often grip me is not as much there today. And I can say that the hardships have only made me reach this point where it's constant learning, unlearning of things, and that is what I feel has happened this year for me. So much therapeutic stuff, so much learning, so much reflection, and I feel I'm a very reflective person, so I think I do that often, but sometimes it can be overthinking, and I think this year it's been less overthinking and more productive reflection is how I would like to term it. Because every time I've reflected upon something, I've put it into action as soon as possible and usually immediately. And that has helped me a lot. So I would say it's been a year of learning. It's been a year of lot of positives. it's been a year where one of my dreams, or rather one of our dreams, has come true.
Yeah.
And it's been very good, bro. Honestly speaking, there are still things I desire, but I've just learned to be at peace
with whatever you have in the moment.
And be at peace, not be anxious. You have to believe, I think, that things will happen for you if you do the hard work. Things happen at the right time. Things happen at the right time, and if you trust the timing, you put in the work that you need to. Then you don't really need to always be on edge. I think my biggest learning of the year, to summarize it, to finish it, to conclude this, is that I've learned that you don't always need to be in a mode of shit. I'm not doing enough, or I'm anxious, or I'm worried. You can approach things from a place of cool, steadiness, and be like, no man, I believe things will work out. So I don't know if I put it very well. My thoughts were all over the place, to be frank. But I know in my head what it is, and maybe off camera I would explain it better. I am a little nervous today talking about these things.
Do you want to talk about one thing, not everything, but one thing that, and probably elaborate on it a little for our viewers. One place where, it affected you probably in a good way or a bad way, and that thing changed you. Changed you as in this year, yeah.
So one good thing, one bad thing, or
whatever, like one thing
that has made a big impact.
Yeah, probably the good may be better than the bad in terms of, the impact that it has made, or the bad may be more impactful as compared to the good, whatever it may be for you. You don't need to say if it's good or bad, just say it.
I'm thinking. I think one thing that did happen, which was a very difficult experience, but it got over very quickly, touch wood.
Okay, I think I know what you're talking about.
Is when I left my job.
Yeah.
And then I had a job before this, which I didn't leave in the most mature way. And it was a good job, like the people were good. I think it was my wrong decision. And I had to exit it because I just knew in my heart that I wasn't doing the right thing. Got it?
No. Sorry.
But I knew in my heart that I wasn't doing the right thing, and I had the dream of the podcast before I took up the job. This was so in March 2023. And I remember in Jan or Feb, before we spoke about it, I had just thought of a yoga podcast.
Yeah. We spoke in Feb end, I think. March start.
Maybe, no, I'm not sure. Was it April or was it Feb? Was it before my job or after my job?
I think after your job. I'm not sure.
So then it may have been after, because pre the job it was just the idea of a yoga podcast. I didn't have enough self-confidence and belief that I can actually do it, and then I took up the job, and then I realized that this is not for me, and it was a very tough experience because it didn't end very well. It luckily didn't get very bitter or anything, but I didn't handle it in the best way possible, and it ended very early. Like I left it 3 weeks into it. And I had interned there before, so I knew how the work was, and I had done 2 months over there, so I knew everything, but I didn't take the right decision. It was just, I think, a misjudgment, and then it didn't end too well. But in hindsight, I'm happy I did it because I had to. From inside, I knew it didn't align, and it wasn't them; it was more me. So I think that was a defining moment, because that led to all of this. And what we have here today, because podcast chalo dream and thought has been there for a while, and we're both consumers, but I think because we shared the idea, you don't realize you share certain things till you actually get into them, and then we shared the idea and forget sharing. Today, even if I had the seed, I would not, or we would not be able to do this if we hadn't gotten together. And we keep saying God got us together as friends and stuff. It sounds
it's true.
But it's true.
Because there's a funny way of how we met also, I think.
Yeah, we can tell that story in a minute. I'll let you say it.
Yeah.
But basically, I think the point is that moment of leaving the job and then following my passion, along with the other masters that I'm pursuing. I'm doing an MCom, doing an MA in yoga. I help my dad and my sister very regularly with work. So I'm almost full-time with them also. I'm doing so many things. But this is, I feel, where my heart, in the moment at least, feels where like it truly belongs. And so I couldn't be happier that we're doing this. And so I think this is it.
That's great. That's honestly something that, at least probably brought a change in terms of how you look at certain things, I would say.
Yeah.
And that's been great. But, funny idea.
I want to pose the same question back to you. So you can answer that and also tell the story.
Okay. Something that has brought an impact. So, I would say that I'm going to cite an example from my professional life. So I work for an organization. I'm not going to name it. And
I think everyone knows, but
I mean,
we've
our friends
named
would
it
be
in a
knowing.
previous episode.
Have we?
Yeah.
Okay. So then it's cool. If you have named it, then please check out that episode. So I work for the company, and I felt it was a very challenging role. Like, it became challenging in the middle, and I was in constant doubt whether this is what I want to do or not. And I was, thinking that, like, if I'm not enjoying what I do, should I actually do it? Should I not do it? And that I was always in a constant state of, restlessness, I would say, in terms of, doing this. Because I feel we're at an age, or at least, like, I want to pursue my MBA later. So working at a good company is a big deal for me. I need that experience. So I was in a constant state of restlessness. If I want this, I don't want this. Want this, I don't want this. At one stage, I was confused if I want to do a master's or not. Like, because when, there's one thing that bothers you, multiple things come in at the same time. And then when it's all on you, you really don't know how to react. So, and I never really told anyone about this. I haven't told my parents. I haven't told my best friends, or I didn't talk about this.
Yeah, even I didn't know.
Yeah, so this is in fact the first time that I'm talking
Opening
about
up.
this. Yeah. And like I said, I'm not a very emotional person. You also know that. I don't show my emotions. I only show my emotions to very few. I don't know who do I don't show my emotions that much. Like,
but you showed it to me and Casey. That's the story part, which we'll get to.
Yeah. So I did not talk about this because sometimes talking helps.
Yeah.
I did not tell anyone. I did not, bring it out in front of anyone or do anything about it. I'm just like, I started, thinking of it. I'm going to take it, a day. I'm going to take a day and, whatever comes during that day, accept it, move forward. Then, I felt when I had that attitude of, accepting and, looking forward to things in a better, positive way, that's when things started happening in my favor. So then now what I'm working, it's the same role, but I'm now enjoying it much more because I started looking at it from a positive, outlook.
Yeah.
I started thinking of it, what is this trying to teach me? Can I learn something more out of it? Then I realized there's always a learning for me.
Yeah.
Like each and every, I'm not saying on a daily basis, but I've constantly been learning since when I was in that state of restlessness it was pretty bad, I would say. Like, I'm not saying I had sleepless nights, but I used to go to bed thinking about, I don't, what am I going to do about this? You're already 21, 22 years of age, and then you need to figure out your, that pressure is always there. You need to get your thing because just graduating nowadays is not important. You need to have a master's or you need to have whatever. So thankfully now I'm pretty sorted. I'm pretty much sorted.
Yeah.
Everything's going great in terms of my professional life, I would say. And like, by the grace of God, if this is the way it continues, like, hopefully things will be better.
Yeah.
But I'm making it sound like, bro, my professional life sucks.
No.
Professional life
it's not
sucks
that.
so much.
It's not that. Can I say honestly, being vulnerable in front of the camera is very hard. Because we have spoken, as we all do, like, we don't do it on camera, but everyone talks to their close people.
Yeah, about
We're
things.
lucky to have our own people that we do, and each other, of course. But it's a little tough now.
Yeah, like, this is, each person has their own problems, I would say. It may differ in terms of, I would say, the quantity of the problem. It may differ in terms of what it is, in which field or whatever it may be. It can be personal problems as well. This one thing I felt that, I was constantly bothered by for, I wouldn't say a long time, but at least for a good 1 month it was there.
Yeah.
And I didn't talk to anyone about it. I tried talking to a few people, but then it didn't.
We also briefly spoke about it.
Yeah.
Remember when I came to your house and we were in the garden, in the building garden, and we were talking about it.
Right.
At
that place.
Temporary shift
Yeah.
one.
Like, I try to talk to people about it. I did at that time. I spoke to probably 1 or 2 people. That's about it. And I felt it's not helping me anyway. So then I just shut myself out. And like, then I shouldn't have, I shouldn't have, spoken about it. Should have kept it with me. But now I felt it was wrong. If there's anything, talk about it. Just get it all out.
Yeah.
So that you feel better at the end of it.
Yeah.
You may not get the advice, or people just need to be heard. It's like that.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes it's okay to just be able to talk about what you want to without solving it.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes sadness does come, and sometimes sitting with it is actually the therapy only.
Sometimes
rather
I
than
just
always
feel,
solving it.
you just need to be heard. You don't need advice on everything that you do
Yeah.
or whatever. You just need to be heard.
It depends on each situation.
It depends on each situation. Yeah, it depends. Exactly.
Yeah.
So I would say that was the major highlight for me in 2023, which impacted me.
Yeah.
Impacted me in a good way and a bad way.
Yeah.
Bad way because I was what I was, like restlessness, like I mentioned. Good way because it changed my outlook towards a lot of things.
Yeah.
And now I feel I'm much more better in terms of my work, definitely.
Yeah.
In terms of how I approach it, and in terms of that obviously has had an impact in my personal life as well. So I think that's been the case for me. But I want to talk about one thing. We spoke about how you had a yoga podcast. So for our viewers, I want to bring this up.
Yeah.
How did we get the idea of starting a podcast? So
wait, you want to also tell that story of college?
Okay,
we
so
can
how we met,
do all this in short anecdotes.
Yeah,
you can tell
okay.
the college story.
Okay.
I can tell the podcast.
Okay. So how we met in college? We were in the same college for 3 months. Yeah. So
not even 3, 2 months.
2 months. Yeah. So we had our freshers talent round, and I was sitting over there, and I was done. So I could have easily left the place where it was happening, and I was done. But I'm like, I don't know. I just sat over there. Then I'm sitting, and people are performing. Then I turn behind, and Anvay sitting over there.
And I had walked in late.
And he had walked in late, and he wasn't even going to come.
Yeah.
Like you.
I didn't want to.
Exactly. Somebody forced you. Just said go.
Yeah.
Then Anvay walks in. He's sitting behind. I turn behind. He's sitting behind me. So I asked him, bro, what are you doing? I don't know why. I just asked him. So he's like, I'm doing this monologue from Game of Thrones. I'm like, oh wow, Game of Thrones, nice.
Yeah. And then we connected on the Game of Thrones.
We connected on the game. That was the initial this. So he's like, do you want to do it with me? Because he was doing the Tyrion speech.
Tyrion Lannister speech.
Yeah, when he gets sentenced to death.
Trial
by combat.
Trial by combat.
So he's like, you want to play Tywin Lannister? I'm like, chalo, theek hai, I'll play Tywin. And I was trying so hard not to laugh. I was seriously, I was trying. So if you noticed, I didn't make eye contact with you at that time because I was looking somewhere else. I'm like, मेरी तरफ मत देख, मैं हंस दूंगा मैं.
But in the moment you had not told me this. I didn't know.
You don't know this?
Yeah, I didn't
So
know.
I did not make eye contact with you because I was going to laugh over there. So
why? Because my acting wasn't good.
No, it's like, suddenly you just decide, chal bhai, acting karne chalte. It's just like, it's a little.
And also, I think because I'm playing Tyrion, who's a dwarf, but I'm very I'm obviously not short, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't want to stand on my knees. That would be even funnier.
But like, exactly. So it was like, it became funny, but then, we both enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So we're like, and it was, college had just started. We didn't have a lot of friends and all. So like, at least you found someone that you can connect with.
Yeah.
So then that's when you started talking. It sounds like, how two couples meet. Sorry, how a couple meets. And how their relationship begins. But yeah, that blossomed into a good friendship. A great friendship, I would say. 100%. Then we had more, interests like basketball. And
like that day itself, I remember we exchanged numbers. We spoke about something. We were supposed to meet also. Arey, usko number diya maine.
Yeah, the next day we were supposed to meet.
We were supposed to meet, but then it rained
or
something, so we didn't go for a walk or something.
Yeah.
This sounds very coupley.
Then we got close during college fests as well.
Yeah.
And
it was very progressive.
Yeah.
Like through that freshers thing, we progressively did more activities in college together, and then became very close.
Very close, yeah.
And then
lockdown. In fact, we got closer.
I was
during
going to talk about you crying, but you didn't.
Okay, that's.
Can I say this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Basically, Pritish and I became really close, and unfortunately, or I don't know for what, but we were like basically each other's best friends in college at that time because we just got along so well that we didn't.
We had one more friend,
else.
Divyanshi,
who's still a very close friend.
Like she is one of my closest friends.
One of your
that
other
I
best
have,
friends also maybe.
She's my best friend.
She is, yeah.
She's one of my other best friends.
Yeah.
Sorry, Divyanshi, I didn't call you my best friend
no, she
initially. But she was there. So the three of us used to hang out together.
Yeah, we were a trio.
Yeah, trio. But then when you left,
basically,
we had like a personal bond, I would say.
We got very close, and we were each other's like closest this thing in college.
Yeah.
But I decided to switch colleges. I was in KC college. I decided to switch to HR because my previous like junior college, 11th, 12th grade friends and many other people that I already knew were there. So my preference was that, and when I got the chance to, I decided to take it. And it was a little difficult because I had to leave behind what I had already built out or done in college.
And you had started liking,
And I started liking it. To be honest, I was okay with not leaving also. But then there was a conflict and then whatever. I decided to go the other way. But because then Pritish and I had just gotten to know each other, and then suddenly to leave all that, it was a little emotional. And my brother out there who said he doesn't get emotional too often did get emotional. And
that was the last day
I was just like in shock. Huh?
Yeah, that was the last day I ever got emotional.
I was just in shock. I was like, wow, man, like here's this guy who I've just met, and it was
couple
special.
Of weeks, that's it.
Couple of weeks, but you realize these things, I think, only over time, because then to COVID, to where we did for a while, we weren't as in touch because we were in different colleges.
Yeah, we were doing our own thing. Yeah.
But then we just got back in touch, like I think in 2021, and then before we knew it, we're here, and it's been more now 2+ years, and totally 4
5 years. June will be 5 years.
So almost 4.5 years, almost 5 years of knowing each other. And I would say we've always had a good bond. So and now so it's like he's my G bro.
So that's the story of how we met.
Story of how I met my mother.
Yes, how I met my brother.
How I met my brother. Oh shit, bro. This should be a clip. We should make this a clip. But okay, now changing gears.
So I want to talk about this. How we started the podcast. Initially, I just want to say this one thing. So guys, this wasn't a joint idea. I'm going to be dead honest about it. So initially, Anvay wanted to do a yoga podcast and he wanted to do it on his own. Like, he wanted to...
Means I didn't think of having a partner at the time.
Yeah.
Like I didn't say कि मैं खुद ही करूँगा.
Yeah. Like
but I was just solo at the time.
Yeah, he wanted to do a yoga podcast.
Yeah.
So he shared this idea with me and I loved it. I'm like, bro, yeah, you should go this, that, you should do it and all. Then even I told him, because, we have that thing where we like to, connect with people, like to talk to people, like to find out more and all. So I'm like, bro, if you would have told me this earlier, I would have been in and all that. And then he was also like, yeah, that's really good.
Yeah.
We should do it.
Yeah.
So at that time, when two friends talk about something, it's like, हाँ ठीक है.
हवे में बहुत चीजें
हवे में हो जाता है. It was just that. But then this stuck with me. क्यों ना करे? Why can't we do it? Yeah. Let's do it. Then I'm like, I want to do it. So then I told you, bro, let's do it. So you were also on board. Yeah, we'll do it. Then, then we both decided that we're going to do this. But then we decided we don't want to focus, we not only want to focus on yoga, but want to make it like a complete podcast. Like talk about everything that there is. And initially, I think first 2 days we were just like, yeah, karenge. Then, as in when time goes goes by, there are cases where the enthusiasm may also fade out. But luckily and gracefully it didn't happen with us. Yeah. I still remember we were sitting in Third Wave Cafe researching on the guests that we would want to call before even knowing anything about shooting. Yeah. We had done this.
Yeah, we had no idea of equipment.
Nothing. We don't know how things work. Nothing. We have nothing. No clue. We're just like guests.
Yeah.
It's like, a team thinks about winning the World Cup before they even know how to play the sport. It's like that.
Yeah.
So that was the same with us. Then... But we were like, how to do it. So I remember I used to YouTube so many videos. I used to send links on the group. He used to send links to me. We were like,
and by the way, this was a time when I had my exams. Yeah. So he was doing all this. Yeah. Like a lot of the research initially you had done.
Yeah. I mean, it was like, you used to do it, I used to do it. It became like that.
Yeah.
Then one day we were like, so then we were like, we have to take an action because we had like a standstill moment around, not a
through
moment,
May
period.
and June basically.
Yeah. It became slow. Yeah.
Yeah, it became slow. And a little bit... I was busy, then little bit you were busy. I think it was more me because it was... So 21st June is yoga day and June is a busy month. So I was just really caught up. And like my MA exams happened and this happened. Anyway, continue. But yeah.
So like, that period, May and June was like I would say...
Little slow period.
Slow. Not the end, of course.
Yeah.
It was a slow period for us. Then June onwards... I think, I don't remember.
We started going to find...
Yeah, we started going to shops to find out how much. So initially we were like, let's buy everything. We are trying to self-finance, we are self-financing this entire thing. We don't want to ask our parents for money. So we were trying to resort to cheaper options, whatever it is. So we're like, we'll buy, rent, whatever it is. We had no clue how it is. We didn't even know what cameras are there, which cameras to buy, whatever. Then we went to shops. We literally walked and went and door to door each shop. Ye kitne ka, wo kitne ka, ye kaise hota hai, wo kaise hota hai. That's the research that we did. Then a few people also helped us in the process. Then we found out everything is in the suburbs. cheap, I would say. If you
Yeah.
want to come, you need to come here.
Yeah.
I still remember that day it was raining.
Yeah.
And I told Anvay, bro, we're going to the suburbs. He's like, no, I'm not coming. Like, no, bro, we have to go.
Yeah. It was a
Yeah.
very funny day.
Yeah.
And we had to come into an area where not just suburbs, okay, chalo, like
Where we have never gone before.
where we've never gone before, and it's
We have no idea about
ekdam
it.
andar andar,
Yeah, it's like a
gali
shady
mein,
area.
yeah, little shady.
Yeah.
Although, like, not to like say that it's a bad thing, it's just that it's just a difficult area.
So I remember it was raining, so inconvenience in terms of the weather and travel and all was still that's
We
okay.
went by train.
Yeah, we went by train. That is fine.
But in the rains, it's bad.
Yeah, like
Otherwise
rain
it's
gets a
okay.
little this. Otherwise, we to travel by train only. So no, I mean I do.
Not for the podcast shoot. Huh?
Yeah, for the shoot we don't. But whatever.
So yeah,
We'll cut this out.
yeah, we'll cut.
Yeah. So I still
I
remember
laugh.
I have the videos also of
Yeah.
So this
We can
one,
even put it maybe.
yeah, we can put the video somewhere here
Yeah.
of you climbing down. There was like I don't know, the tiniest and the
Narrowest staircase.
narrowest is narrowest a word? Okay.
Yeah, it is.
The tiniest and the narrowest staircase that anyone would have ever seen. We had to literally walk, I don't know, like this, and it was such an inconvenience. But I would say like hard work pays off at the end of the day.
Yeah.
See, I don't want to sound like we are doing something big over here, but I like to compliment myself, compliment us on the fact that our dream has at least become a reality.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So in terms of that, I would say then we researched more. We did a lot. We would have watched 1 billion videos, I would say.
Yeah.
How to edit, how to make your mics work, how to make your cameras work.
How the hell to do everything?
How the hell to do everything. We have Googled, YouTube. I don't know
Yeah.
what we have done, but by the grace of God, again, I would say everything has worked out in our favor, and hopefully it does.
Yeah.
We'll put a nazar ka emoji here.
Ansh dote.
Ansh Thote.
But basically, yeah, man, that's the journey.
Yeah.
And I mean, we went from all of that of like basically 3 months, I would say, of prep to finally shooting our first episode in July of this year.
July or August?
I think it was July.
July, okay. Okay, yeah, July, yeah.
And
yeah.
to now here, this is the 12th episode, end of the year.
Yeah.
On our 10th episode, that was the milestone.
Yeah, when
And
we had Riya and Kanchi.
Riya and Kanchi,
Yeah.
and we both felt that wow, 10 episodes. That was a big deal. So
In fact, right now when we were, recounting our episodes, we missed one episode that, where have we done? What have we done?
yeah,
So then it's like, I kind of felt nice that, we've done
so many episodes.
Yeah, we've
कि
done
एक
so
याद
many
नहीं आ
episodes,
रहा.
कि yaad nahi hai. So I felt a little nice that, okay, I've at least done something.
Yeah.
So hopefully people are liking it. Hopefully, you can support us. And we will continue to keep bringing our content for you. This was just a personal episode that Anvay and we wanted to shoot. Next episode, you can expect a guest or
Yeah.
whoever. But I think, that's been the journey of the podcast for us. That's how we started it. That's how we got into it.
Yeah.
And that's how, I'm not going to say that's how we're going to continue it. We're going to continue in a much better way because we're also learning. This process is not just about starting and then that's it. With each and every episode, we have learned 1 billion things in terms of how to conduct an episode, be it, conducting an episode with a guest, or be it going home and editing your stuff, reels, episodes, shorts, whatever it may be. We've always learned.
Yeah, it's been everything from scratch, a learning process. But I think when you're doing something that is really close to your heart or that you really believe in, is when you put the effort to keep learning the new things. Because we had to basically learn making reels, editing the whole video for YouTube, uploading on Spotify and YouTube, making thumbnails, designs, shorts you mentioned, and everything that there is, you had to pick up from scratch. And as a skill, it was something we had not really done before. I had done a little bit, but like full-fledged content creation, and particularly for him because he learned editing before I did. I also still don't know it as well as he does, but like it's all of this, so I think to conclude this part, I think it's a tap on the back for ourselves.
Both of us,
because we do feel some sense of validation. We're not looking for achievement. We're not obviously we're looking to achieve the best success possible, but to just reflect. I think we can say that we're happy how far we've come. We have a long way to go, and that's what's exciting. And
we require all of you also on our journey with us. So
yeah, without you, it's not possible. So we hope to keep entertaining you, sharing value with you, and doing this. And with that, I want to segue into the next thing that I had in mind. So now I want to segue into the next thing, having recapped 2023. And there is something before we move to a couple of other topics that we're going to do in this year-end episode. Now that we've done the year recap, what is the intention for 2024?
Firstly, I don't want to forget 2023 while moving on to 2024, I would say that. Because like I mentioned in the start as well, 2023 taught me a lot, good and bad. So I want to remember both of them. So it's, I would say, more to do with good, I would say. Obviously, like, you know, I've had a lot of good moments. I don't want to forget those. And I want to take, you know, the learning from whatever good moment that I've had and take that and, you know, make sure that I do or I don't do the same in 2024. Like I said, I never analyzed. Now I've started analyzing. Now I've, you know, I sit down and think what I did. Was it right? Was it wrong? If it's right, then great. If it's wrong, then what I could have done. So firstly, a positive outlook, I would say, you know, like, and there's a difference between analyzing and over-analyzing.
Yeah.
So I don't want to overanalyze unnecessarily when it's not, you know, bearing
like
any
fruit.
Sometimes. like I mean, all of us do. Like when it's not bearing you any fruit, why should you even overanalyze?
Yeah.
And I don't want to I'm saying I don't want to sit and ponder about the uncontrollables. I used to do that. I used to do that a lot.
Yeah.
Now what I do is, if I'm doing it, if I want things to happen a certain way.
Yeah.
And if I have done everything that I could, and there's nothing in my scope, right, I'm just going to leave it. If it's meant to be, it's going to happen. If it's not meant to be, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So I'll again cite an example in my professional life only. I wanted a certain thing to happen. I'm not going to, like, obviously talk about it. But I wanted a certain thing to happen. Like, I wanted this one thing to happen in that particular month, in terms of, I wish I get this, in terms of, that'll help me do my work a little better. It'll make things easier for me when I was in that phase of mine. And that did happen. So I'm like, yeah, theek hai, like, if I have that positive outlook, and I didn't think about it that much. I'm like, I wish you ho jaye, leave it. I did whatever I could do. I was doing whatever I could do. The uncontrollables not in my hand. So I left it. And it happened. So I'm not saying ki if you don't think about it, things will happen.
Yeah.
It's like, why waste your time and energy to think about something that
you can't control.
Yeah. Why do you want to do that? So I want to go with that outlook, I would say. I want to go with that mindset that, you know, don't think about the uncontrollables. Just keep working hard.
Yeah.
Keep doing your best. Things will fall into place.
Yeah.
As simple as that.
And I like this actually, because you know, often we ask, what is your goal for 2024?
Yeah.
And while you can have your material goals, which you should, we all do.
I mean, all of us do. Yeah, we do. All of us
but
do.
But where you know, those material goals have their place. I think the intention is something that matters more, because that is what carries you through. I mean, through life.
Feel like you hold the vision but trust the process. It's like that.
That's on your phone also, no?
Yeah, it's my wallpaper.
Yeah, it's been your wallpaper for a long
time. Yeah. So I believe in that. You know, hold the vision, trust the process. Don't think, you have your bad days, you have your good days as well. Don't try to think too much about what went wrong. Just try to think about what you can do right. That's it.
Yeah. Okay.
So what about you? Like,
so my intention, I think, would be something similar. I think I also want to utilize my learnings from 2023.
Yeah.
It has been a great year, and honestly speaking, I am very, very happy. Having said that, I'm not afraid of being sad again.
Okay.
And I think that's my biggest power, that I know the ups and downs will keep coming.
Yeah.
And that you have to just face it. You have to just deal with it. Take it as it comes, you know. And with that mindset, I think you can pretty much do anything. Because it is going to be utar chadav. You don't have a way only out of it. There's a video of Amitabh Bachchan also saying कि जब तक जीवन है तब तक संघर्ष है. His dad, Harivansh Rai Bachchan ji, who is a very renowned poet, once told him, because he was telling his dad कि पिताजी जीवन में बहुत संघर्ष है. And he's like, his dad tells him कि जब तक जीवन है तब तक संघर्ष है, जब जीवन नहीं तब संघर्ष नहीं. So life will always have the hardship, and if that's the case, then like you said, the uncontrollables are always going to be out of your hands. So you might as well do what you can.
See, and it's not always like whatever is hard for you, that is all uncontrollable. It's not that.
Yeah.
If let's say you fail in a test, what's the solution to that? Study harder. It's as simple as that.
Study harder, give your best and leave the rest.
Exactly. Now you can't, once you give the exam, obviously you're going to come home, you're going to pray, you're going to keep praying for that particular period. Please, my exam should be good.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I'm not going to deny, you should by all means do that. You should obviously pray, but don't bang your head behind it every single second of the day. यार कि exam तो मैंने दे दिया, अब क्या होगा, pass होगा, नहीं होगा, this, that.
I feel you should have a good balance between logic, reason, passion and philosophy.
Yeah.
And by philosophy, I mean spirituality. If you have a good balance in these four things, it's something like an ikigai. I just thought of it. I think that helps you go a long way. You have a good balance in the four of these things.
Right.
Yeah.
The fact that you mentioned spirituality, I think both of us as individuals are really spiritual.
Yeah.
We really believe in God a lot.
Yeah.
And we in fact talk about this, that we met because of a reason, like that zindagi na milegi dobara ka sab likha hua hai. So it wasn't a coincidence that we met. So we keep talking, we keep having fun banter or whatever it may be about it. But I feel that there is an energy in the universe. Like people talk about manifestation. Obviously, it's not as simple as you hold the vision and then just let things happen. Uncontrollables, yes, just hold the vision. If it comes to you, that means it's meant for you. If it's not, it's not meant for you.
Yeah.
But manifest your dreams, manifest your desires is a common term that we have heard a lot, especially right now. That's what people talk about, manifesting. I feel, yes, you have to manifest. You have to have that goal, but you won't have anything without action at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's
so true. You need to work hard. This is something I've learned. I mean, my parents would be watching this episode. If they're watching this episode, they'd be like, what is this irony in this statement? What is this boy saying? Kya hai hard work and all that. But I am a true believer in this.
Yeah.
Nothing in the world comes without hard work.
Yeah.
Be it anything. Even, it's not like...
Action plus destiny, in my opinion.
See, what I feel is God helps those who help themselves.
Yeah.
If you believe in God, you will have that inner desire, inner motivation ki I have God with me. I don't have anything to be, afraid about. I'm going to do my work. I'm going to try and work out. He's going to make everything all right for me. And and I've seen results. I've actually seen results in that. I'm not going to lie. This happened with me yesterday only. So I'm not going to lie about it.
Yeah.
So to all those people who think that, it's not just about faith, or it's, it doesn't matter if you have faith or not. Faith is very important. That is a motivating factor. Trust me. Yeah. If you have that force, or you have that DT with you, then it's just about how you control your head, what's going on in your head, how you control your actions to get what you desire.
Yeah.
That's what I feel.
I think that's amazing.
Yeah.
Honestly, I have nothing more to say because that is genuinely really nice. And on that note, welcome to therapy with Anvay and Pritish. But jokes aside,
I'm just talking about personal.
I am joking. But
please don't.
No, see, it's like I said, genuinely, this is us speaking from our heart.
See, I'm talking about personal experiences where I've actually felt that, I've actually seen results of that faith, because my faith, my spirituality, I feel has increased in this year, in 2023. It has increased a lot. So, I would say that, when it increased, I felt at peace with a lot of things. I felt, motivated to do a lot of things that initially I wasn't. I felt, I had that, I would say, I was carefree.
Yeah.
I never used to ponder more about certain things when I had that spirituality, when I had that, sense of God being with me. So all the problems, all the, I would say, hurdles that I came across, I was able to, I wasn't stuck on them for a really long time, I would say. And I was able to,
deal with them.
Yes, I was able to deal with them in a very good way. Yes, there were a lot of learnings, but it is what it is.
Yeah, man. So I was joking, but anyway.
Welcome
you to started justifying only, bro. But no,
I don't want people to think he sab pata hai.
That's why I was saying we're speaking from our heart.
Personal experience, bro. That's it.
It's personal experience, not even to be followed or not even to be believed as.
Yeah, it's up to everyone how they want to take it.
Yeah, we're not chodhing gyan. We're just speaking from our heart. So it's fine. And now I want to switch gears because we had something special planned for the final bit of this episode. We both wanted to talk about certain things from our past, from our nostalgic factor, and I think COVID has really made all of us very nostalgic. We miss certain things that are very dear and near to our hearts. So there were a couple of things that we wanted to cover, and we'll try to cover them over the next 10 minutes because we got to head to somewhere else. But this is our end of the year shoot. It's exciting, so we're going to try and cover as much as we can.
I think we got a little too spiritual and emotional.
No, it's fine.
People be like start में बोला था emotional बंदा है नहीं, यहाँ पे तो शुरू हो गया. I don't show my emotions. It's that. मैं ज्ञान दूंगा but.
So anyway, jokes aside,
yeah,
so the two things that we wanted to talk about were old TV shows that are close to our hearts, and we'll get into that in just a bit.
Yeah.
And just funny memes or things that have been popular through the year, and even if they have in the past, but primarily old TV shows and some funny memes.
So okay, before we transition into that, can I ask something personal? Like, I obviously know that, but for our viewers,
I know what you're going to ask.
Like, are you dating?
No.
Are you?
And there's no hesitation. I'm not actually not dating. I don't have to lie about it.
People will be like, who have lied on our show?
There have been some people. We won't take names.
Yeah.
But yes.
But you're not dating. I mean, obviously know that. But are you looking for something?
Okay. I am.
Okay.
Earlier, I was looking for it very actively, almost at a point of being
desperation.
I don't want to say desperate. It sounds like a very negative word, but I was very like, shit, man, I want to date. Like, so it did kind of come close to desperation. But then I realized that I think that doesn't work that way. You have to make yourself a complete person first. It doesn't mean you can't desire love and you can't desire a relationship.
Everybody desires love.
Everybody desires love. So, but I think the active pursuit of it is not usually a healthy thing to do. And some things are best left to God. It's like destiny, fate, right? Us meeting, I couldn't have planned it. It just happened.
Yeah.
So I think similarly, things that involve emotions and people and very human things are to do a lot with destiny, with your spiritual belief or just God playing the way things have to be happen.
Yeah.
Versus I think material things can be very planned and done with logic, and that's why you need to be very calculated, and like you can have a strong desire, like just for example that we want to reach say 1 lakh subscribers by the end of 2024 example. That's a material desire. I can say that, I can work towards that, but I can't say that mere ko 2024 December tak I want my girlfriend. I have realized, at least in my experience, that sometimes that doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
And sometimes it does also. Maybe it's different for everyone else, different for everybody. But I think my learning has been in this space of love that you should let it flow. And sometimes you need to give yourself that love. It doesn't mean self-love rakho, don't desire a relationship. I think it just means it's the way you treat yourself is the way others treat you. And you need to have a very correct outlook from your own point of view so that your love is so true when it actually happens, because you are your best self and you're constantly evolving. But if that evolution process always continues, if that's your attitude, I feel you find a love that lasts a lifetime. And often people, and this is a little Sadhguru thing that I'm going to say, that often people's love is transactional, or people's love is sometimes out of dependency. And I don't think that's the healthiest form of love. I think that is a part of love where you can lean on somebody if you want to, but you shouldn't have to. I feel it shouldn't be a majburi. It shouldn't be something that you can't live without. And love is a strong feeling that I have always strongly felt since I was a kid.
You ever felt love?
I have felt it. But I think my definition of it was very different at that time.
Yeah.
And now it's much more like the way I see it is totally different. So... but to conclude, I do desire a relationship. I do desire strong love. I felt it from a very young age that I want to be married. I want to have a family. I want to, I want to date. I want to do all of that because it just feels like it's a part of my purpose.
She's out there, don't worry.
And man.
She's watching this episode, right? Like whenever it comes out.
Future wife. Or whatever. But anyway, jokes aside, like I did feel it strongly. Now I think I'm more calm about it. And that's my take. What about you? Are you dating or are you single?
No, I'm not dating. I'm single. And
ready to mingle?
No, I'm not looking for anything, nor do I want to mingle with anyone else. I'm pretty much single and not looking for anything as such as well. So it's pretty good.
Are you open to say if that about something that's happened recently? Do you want to talk about the fact that something has happened in your life recently? Like you've been in a relationship before.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about that?
Like
whatever you want to share?
Yeah, like see, be it a relationship with a girlfriend or be it a relationship with a friend, you can have tough moments in each relationship, as I would say. And it's not like the people who are in a relationship, they have a picture perfect relationship or whatever.
No one does.
Even in a picture, you don't have a perfect relationship.
Picture.
Exactly. So I wouldn't say that I'm shutting all my doors down towards a relationship or whatever, towards love or whatever. No, like I'm not doing it right now. It's not because of anything that has happened in the past or whatever. It's because I don't want to deter from certain things that I have my mindset on. And I feel that a relationship for me right now is not of importance, I would say.
Correct.
It's not of soul. It's like I really want this, and like it's not something that I mean, you look forward to a relationship, no doubt about it, but it's not something that's very, very
at the
important.
moment. It's just a phase.
At the moment,
it's just the time of your life.
Yeah, I feel like I don't look at it as from a distraction point of view, but I feel I sometimes get a little emotionally invested in it, which people should obviously. If you're with a person that you love, you should get emotionally invested. Absolutely. But I feel I don't have that bandwidth to get emotionally invested with anyone right now. So in terms of that, I mean, yeah, you could say past experiences as well that has probably got my mindset towards this, but it's more to do with what I want to do ahead, my mindset towards things, so that, like I mentioned, I don't want to deter from anything else. There are certain things that are very important to me, and I don't want kind of anything to come between it right now. So I
think I'm really happy you said this, and this really nice thing came to my mind, which I want to share. Buddha, Lord Buddha only we call him. So Buddhism, for people that follow Gautam Buddha, he had once said that somebody came to him once and asked him, there's these problems. I think he was a businessman, I'm not sure. Basically, someone came up to him and said, I have these problems, all this is going wrong, life is tough, this, that and the other. Nothing is going right. And Buddha's advice to him was just in one line. All that you're going through, everything that's happening, after he told him all his problems, he said, this shall pass.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then few years later, or few months later, that same man comes back to Buddha. He was like, Buddha, your advice helped me so much because you said this too shall pass, and now everything is great. Everything is so amazing, I'm so happy, everything has worked out. And then Buddha replies, this too shall pass. So Buddha says that good or bad, it's going to pass.
It's all temporary.
It's all temporary.
Yeah.
You're having a good moment, you're on a high, you're successful, this too shall pass. You're having a low moment, you're poor, you're unhappy, you're sad, you're depressed, whatever, that too shall pass. And so I think developing that outlook is tough, but if you can, I think that's actually something like a superpower.
Yeah, like...
And that outlook, actually, now that I'm even saying it, is giving me a little bit of a feel from inside, because I think if you can adopt that, you can really change your life. Like you can really make a difference. You can really take yourself forward. So
like, I want to ask you one thing, considering we're talking about relationships. Have you ever felt heartbreak, I would say, in terms of not in terms of a friendly relationship that you have with someone, but in terms of a person that you have loved? Have you ever been heartbroken?
Yeah, I have. I've been even in friendship and even in relationship. Look, I was too young, so I think today I would not look at it also as a relationship.
Okay.
But when it happened, it felt like what it felt. It's funny because my parents might watch this. So look, as a kid, you think this is it. But you keep evolving in things, your perception changes. So
the person that you are right now, a year back, were you the same person?
No.
Yeah, exactly.
I was different for sure.
Yeah.
Like I'm not some different human being, but things change.
Yeah.
And a lot has changed even in the last 1 year. So but I have been heartbroken, and I have experienced that feeling of losing somebody or pain of a relationship not working out. I've even felt that in friendship. So I think romantic relationships in one place, I feel it's similar, because at the end of the day, your basis is still
losing that person,
the human connection and your friendship with them. And when you lose that, it's hard, it's tough. It takes a toll on you. So I have experienced it. Do you want to ask me anything more, or is it okay?
No, I think let's not try to scar each other more. But I mean, you're chill now, right?
I'm chill now. I'm fine now, because it's been a long time. Like it's been many years now.
I mean,
and I'm only still 22, so you can imagine how much of a kid I was probably at that time. So
yeah, like you said, you evolve with time. So,
Yeah.
and this too shall pass.
Yeah, this too shall pass.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that has passed,
Yeah.
and with God's grace,
Yeah.
I'm in a better place now.
But I mean, I want to ask you one thing. Do you think, from a guy, I mean, from a man perspective, do you think every guy should once face heartbreak in his life?
Should face matlab
In terms of whatever it may be, like, you know.
I think not should. Like, some people date one girl and are with that girl their whole life, you know, so it's not necessary.
Yeah.
I feel it's like, I have a firm belief that God sends your way what you need at the right time. Whether you want it or no is not the same as whether you need it or not. And I feel God sends exactly what you need. It doesn't mean it's what you desire. So there's a very big difference in that. So I think if you need heartbreak, it happens, man. If you don't, it doesn't. And everyone learns their lessons in different ways. So if certain people's ways, and most people do go through heartbreak, so everybody experiences it. And it teaches you a lot, because we're quite entangled as a generation. It's a little different from our parents' generation to us, of how relationships work, of how attachment, romantic, like love, or all of that, like having a girlfriend, getting married. It's very different today. So yeah, I think you should go through it if you need to. And if you can avoid it, then avoid it. Because I literally know someone from my sister's school who is much older than us, 5 years older than us, who started dating in the 8th grade and they're still together.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So that's like what, how
Touch
many
wood.
years? Many years. Yeah, touch wood. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
So that's also a possibility. It depends on your experience of life.
You need to find the right person.
That we all do, but sometimes you need to go through a process of not finding the right person to know what you want first. Sometimes we don't know that only.
True.
So then you...
Yeah, I think I agree with this. You need to go through the process of being with the wrong person to know what you want from the right person.
Yeah. Sometimes we don't have clarity enough from before. Then you go through the experience yourself.
Yeah.
If you have had the clarity before, then I feel you don't need the experience because you already know.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's so situational and like person to person. So.
Okay, I don't want to make this more deep now. I don't want to be beer biceps.
We are already a little over time, but it's okay. This is our final episode.
So, transitioning now, like we're talking about recap 2023. Let's talk about a recap to, I would say a fun
and memes over the year.
So, memes of 2023. Bhupendra Jogi. What is that? All that. Then which was a major one?
Speed is the meme of 2023.
Speed is only a meme. Yeah. Then what else is there? I mean, we had pretty good ones. Yeah.
What else? There were many. There are too many now. So I'm trying to think of it. I can't remember.
Yeah, I mean,
wait.
Socially, 2023 was a big year in terms of
I think I have one favorite meme which is I think evergreen.
Okay.
Jaldi bol kal Panvel jana hai.
Jaldi bol kal subah Panvel nikalna hai. Oh, that's evergreen. Yeah, like you mentioned.
Evergreen.
But I think what else? Which is there?
ऐसा कोई नाम रखते हैं जो फटाक से मुंह से निकलता है.
I think certain movies, it's like
those memes have resurfaced a lot.
Yeah.
Even that bus 10 number ho gaya.
Golmaal is evergreen, man.
Genuinely, bro. Genuinely.
So, I mean, bhai, the best is the Cristiano singing.
Bro, I just found one.
अरे तो मान लो भाई क्या कर रहे हो कुछ नहीं मोदी जी बस
these memes are the best, literally are the best. So matlab bro, and have you seen that when Ronaldo is singing I know. So that's what I'm saying. There are so many innovative memes that have come now. It's not just restricted to photos, I would say.
Too many. I'm literally just opening our chat only, bro. We have a boys group with another friend of ours.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's an endless time. ये तो कटेगा bro.
Oh fuck, man, that was bad. Anyways.
We can try and blur it because the laugh is too good. He just showed me a message, but it was not supposed to come in the camera.
Yes. So much for me not wanting anything, no relationships or whatever. Anyways.
उसके लिए relationship थोड़ी चाहिए.
Okay, coming back. So yeah, memes have been, bro. It's not just restricted to photos. Abhi to video pura ekdam, it's going on.
Yeah.
Ronaldo singing was the best for me. Man. Like, which one have you seen? Savarelum. Hawa ke jhoke aaj mausam. How did Hawa ke jhoke aaj? Oh god, Ronaldo singing is OG, bro.
And speed reacting to it.
Speed it. Yeah, speed is also good.
Tunic, bro.
You know that news that had come when Virat Kohli and Anushka apparently got pregnant.
Yeah.
So Virat
it's still a thing.
Okay, I don't know if she is or not. So he's like, he should name the kid Virat. So Virat Ronaldo. And then Lil Tunic.
Yeah.
Oh, speed is good. But yeah, coming back, I mean, you know.
Actually, I have a great segue.
Okay.
Taking to the nostalgia from Golmaal. Let us go to the nostalgic TV shows and movies or whatever from our childhood.
Yeah, I think, you know, I think our childhood, when we were, I would say 10 or between our 10 and I would say 20, not 20s is too much, but between, you know, 10 and 15 years of age, the shows that used to come at that time, like Cartoon Network was the, I would say, channel for all great TV shows. You had Courage the Cowardly Dog, you had Ed, Edd n Eddy, Ben 10. Now also Ben 10 but it's faltu.
Yeah, I thought always found it faltu.
No, I mean, I liked it at one point. You had Ben 10, then you had Kids Next Door, Dexter's Laboratory, Johnny Bravo, bro. Yeah. Johnny Bravo was the best show. So all these shows, I mean, there used to be a time when Cartoon Network, the logo, it was pura Cartoon Network. I think the rebranding didn't work for them. Now it's just CN and all shit shows are coming out. Literally, I don't know what all is there.
Yeah.
They had great shows at one point and I don't know why they stopped.
They should replay their old shows.
They should. Initially, they used to do it at like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. at night. They used to replay all those old shows, but now it's stopped.
Yeah.
So, and now everything's become digital, so now no one's watching TV that much. But the problem is they don't even stream these old shows.
That's also true.
So, a Cartoon Network at one point was amazing. These shows were like Dil Ke Paas. And not even just Cartoon Network, Disney. You had Sweet Life.
Wait, Cartoon Network also had Tom and Jerry, right?
Yeah, the old Tom and Jerry, which was the OG Tom and Jerry.
I used to love that. That was my closest to my heart.
The OG Tom and Jerry was the best. There's no comparison. With the now wala Tom and Jerry is just
you can just see the difference in the cartoon itself.
And it was so ahead of its time. If you've noticed, what and all, like Tommy, he used to smoke a cigar over there and he's like picking up chicks over there. It was so much more ahead of its time. That's what I feel.
Yeah.
So that was the best part because you can still relate to it.
Yeah, so, you still can. It's like Mr. Bean, one of those evergreen shows.
I was watching Mr. Bean last night.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So the Rowan Atkinson one, and the animated one as well.
I like both. I love both actually.
That's true. They was much more ahead of the time.
Yeah.
And not just like Cartoon Network, Disney Channel as well.
Yeah.
Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
So I can literally name all the shows. Hannah Montana, Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. That witch one? What was it?
Wizards of Waverly Place. Yeah.
Then That's So Raven.
I
one
know
show called that. My sister used to watch.
I remember Wizards of Waverly
Place.
Waverly Place, correct.
Then even Doraemon started coming on Disney.
I think it still comes.
On Hungama, na?
I think it was on correct. It was on Hungama and then it started coming on Disney. Doraemon was also coming. Then we outgrew it, but I would say for a kid it's still nice.
I loved the show. Yeah.
Doraemon's nice. Then on Pogo also you had Oswald,
Takeshi's
Castle. It was the best show. Javed Jaffri's commentary. Oh god, the best. You had, like I said, you had Oswald. You had Takeshi's Castle. You had before that also there were good shows that Mad.
Yeah.
You had Mad. Mad was so good. Rob. Yeah. You had Mad, then you had...
Pogo also had this show called Perman.
Hungama had it.
No, even
Perman. Perman was also good.
Both had it.
Yeah.
But I remember...
Perman. Okay, this we have to cut. Pogo had Perman and all great shows, man. Okay, we are laughing for something because this would have been cut, but we are laughing for something that we said earlier.
Ore Pia. We have to cut it.
No, we'll keep this. But
Pani Pia.
Guys, I'm sorry.
We're not keeping this.
Okay, so like yeah, great shows earlier, and now you have Chhota Bheem. Like, I mean, come on, man.
Chutki and all that.
Chutki, Chhota Raju, and all, like it's.
And then that little Golu that.
Yeah, Dholu, Bholu, Kalia. It's funny, I remember it because I've watched it a little, but.
And you are also. Sorry.
It's alright. But, I mean, our childhood was the best.
It
At
was.
least the shows that used to come. I don't know what.
Ninja Hattori.
Ninja Hattori was good.
Nickelodeon.
Yeah, on Nick it used to come.
Yeah.
You had all the Power Rangers on Jetix. There was an episode.
Did you ever wonder why that dog's name was Shishimaru?
No.
It's such a weird name. I mean, it's Japanese.
Japanese, yeah.
But Shishi in
Even
Marathi
Kenichi.
means shit. So that's why.
But even, bro, you remember that channel Jetix?
Sunyo ka nunyo. Oh shit. I'm dying now. Sorry.
Okay, Jetix. You had all the Power Rangers there. You had
Yeah.
there was you had
There was a channel called
Beyblade.
Sonic, no? On which it
Sonic,
used to
yeah,
come.
Sonic
Yeah,
also.
yeah,
Jetix, you had Beyblade. You had
Beyblade, let it rip.
Beyblade Metal Fusion, Metal Masters. You had
Yeah.
good all Power Rangers, Dino Thunder, SPD.
Yeah.
Bro, like they were the best. Fight me if you want. Power Rangers are still the best.
Dude, I had that Power Rangers. That
Morpher, even I had like the hand one also. I
Yeah?
had this one also.
Hmm.
Power. It's all like now it's all getting nostalgic memories. I'm gonna go home and search. On YouTube, it's still there. Few
Yeah.
Power Rangers are there, but nice, good.
Good
Bachpan was fun.
memories.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bachpan was fun.
Childhood was
Shinchan.
fun. Shinchan was.
But you know, Shinchan was.
I
never
felt it was a little
realized-
irritating.
Yeah, it was. But
Yeah.
then somehow I started liking it. But I never realized until I grew up that it was a corrupt show. Like there were some thoda sleazy things in the show.
That's to there, yeah.
Yeah, like
What
thoda-
Shinchan as a kid used to do, yeah.
And his dad and all. Like they should show it thoda.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's why I don't know if you remember, but often many people's parents, including my own parents, used to not like it that I watched Shinchan.
My
But I
parents
think
never
some
really
of the
said
shows had a little, like they would show thoda, like Shinchan in particular.
Yeah.
But Doraemon was good. Doraemon was probably my favorite show.
Yeah, Doraemon was mine as well.
But even Ninja Hattori and even
I like Ninja Hattori. I remember I used to come back from tuitions and it's like this is the
Same.
time I used to go sit and watch.
Same.
So that was
Bro,
fun.
times were easier.
And that was
time.
not even, I wasn't even 10. I was like 14 or 15 at that time. So, you know, decent enough
Yeah,
age.
same. Even I watched it for quite a while.
Yeah.
I don't know if I watched it till 14 or 15, but maybe 13, 12.
I think 14, 15 तक मैं देखा. I remember, in fact, 14, 15 भी कम है. Last time I watched Doraemon was after my 12th boards also. So I watched Doraemon खींच के एकदम.
Hey, you remember that Haigure, that thing?
That movie, yeah.
Shinchan.
Yeah.
And they were doing that weird pelvic Haigure. I don't know what that was.
It's like that Zingat ka dance types. Huh?
Yeah.
Crazy, but no matter. I mean, we can keep going on and on and on.
I
But
know.
considering a year-end episode for us, thank you for everyone.
Oh
Sorry.
wow, it's perfect time also.
Yeah.
Exact what we decided.
I just said
After-
thank you for everyone.
Thank you for everyone, everything.
Thank you for everything. You know, everyone who's been supporting
Let's
us.
both give a closing note.
Yeah.
They'll say आप दीजिए 30
Yes,
second,
yes.
1 minute, then I will.
So thank you everyone, you know, for supporting us. It means a lot that you've been through the journey and will obviously continue to be there with us. We hope to do better. We hope to be better with every episode that we have. And we hope to entertain you, hope to bring knowledge. That's our main reason because of why we are doing this. Hope to bring knowledge, hope to bring learning, and hope to bring positivity and happiness. So everybody, wishing you all a very happy new year. Please have a lot of fun, have a great year ahead, have an excellent 2024, and stay safe, stay healthy. Peace out. Cheers.
Same words for me. I actually won't have much to repeat, but that only, man. I think there's a lot more to come.
Yeah.
I'm so excited and happy, and this is the year-end episode. So on this note, also, I'm extremely happy because we're shooting after a while, but it's been amazing. And honestly, yeah, I'll probably just do a monologue. So let me just say Happy New Year and Merry Christmas. We'll probably release this on Christmas.
Closer to Christmas, yeah. On Christmas.
We can make this a Christmas release only
Special,
because
yeah.
we were thinking of Christmas, New Year's both together.
Yeah.
So Christmas special, year-end episode.
Yeah.
So Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, have a great
Yes.
one. celebrate, party, enjoy with your friends and family. Stay safe, genuinely.
Don't get too drunk.
Don't drink, only best. But take care of yourself, and hope you have a great new year ahead.
Yes.
2024, and actually every year to come, you should always look forward.
Yes.
And that's how we're trying
For those
to be.
people who have had a bad 2023 or probably not a great 2023, 2024 is for y'all.
The grass is always greener on the
Yes,
other
2024 is for y'all, and it's going to be worth it. So
Yes.
believe in yourself. Cheers.
side. Awesome. See you guys. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.